What's up, family? Welcome back to the Stop Sinking Show, where we go from struggle to flow. This is going to be a metaphorical abstraction from a funny realization that I had the other day. I was taking a walk in the morning, and the running joke about the problem with being in India is that it's hard to run anywhere full speed without dogs chasing you. There are stray dogs everywhere, although a lot less dogs than I remember from 2 years ago. But nonetheless, at the park, there are a bunch of dogs roaming around. And what's interesting about dogs, especially stray ones, is that they are habituated to humans. They're almost desensitized to our presence most of the time. They are unbothered by large heaps of people walking all around them while they sleep in the middle of a busy street. It's kind of cute. I blow them kisses all the time while I walk by them. And sometimes even in their slumber, they'll poke their head up to see who's blowing them kisses. And so what I realized was that while the dogs are unbothered by humans, as soon as there is another dog around, whether it's another stray encroaching on their territory, they think, or even a domesticated pet just being walked around by their owner, as soon as a dog sees another dog, it's like a competition. It's constant barking, and then it's a group of dogs all barking at each other. And if you generalize this, dogs really only bark at other dogs. And so then I thought about how life is a mirror of us, how everyone just mirrors back what we are deep inside. And so if you have dogs barking at you, what does that say about you that they see? They see you as a dog, vying for territory. And if you want to extend past this metaphor, or maybe are offended by me calling you a dog, let's call out all the other ways you see the world reflecting back your essence and your energy. All that you see, even the things you don't like, the dogs barking at you per se, the haters hating on you, the love that you don't feel reaches you or that you don't receive enough of, the unwelcomed criticism, the conflict you find yourself in. All of this is your own energy reflected back to you. Whether you consciously meet and greet people with a smile, your aura is felt behind that smile by those you interact with. That slight bit of reservation, that discomfort, the shyness, the awkwardness, even that slight bit that you may carry is what you see back in the world. And understand then that the root of it, where it is birthed from, is from deep within yourself. And people feel it without them even knowing it. The reciprocation that they then provide that turns out to be conflict or disagreement is also felt deep within their bones without maybe them realizing it. It's like when you emit even the slightest bit of discomfort around a dog, even that little bit of fear, that slight twinge, and the dog feels it, and it will bark at you. Because now it is unsure of you and is unsure of where you fit into the hierarchy of its domain. It almost feels provoked and needs to settle the energy to know whether you can lead it or whether it needs to show you who the leader is. People are much the same way. Our mirror neurons even allow a blind person to tell whether someone is smiling in a photograph. There's something deep in our evolution that allows us to pick up on the things around us so that we know how to navigate. And so when the world is reflecting back things you don't like, the question you have to ask yourself is, and sit with, because it won't come from the surface attempts of your conscious, the question is that, what am I carrying deep within me that is causing the world to bark back at me? Because the uncomfortable truth about this is, we are experiencing the very thing we are asking for. And as insensitive as that may sound, in the face of tragedies and illnesses that seem out of our control, on a subatomic level, your soul has called for this experience, as gut-wrenching as this experience may be. And that's something for you to take an honest look at and ask, what am I doing to create this? And whether you readily accept that you have this much power or not, you cannot get away from the fact that you are co-creating all of this. And so whatever you have, don't have, want, or disregard, it's all part of a story you are weaving together. And so if you want what is stitched up to be different, you got to inquire into the invisible hands of your subconscious holding the needle and the thread. And let's be honest, we all have parts of our life barking back at us, unruly, wild, and difficult to tame. And so even if you resist the accountability that you are playing a part in creating the very things you wish to be far away from, I can't help but feel even more discouraged if I attribute it to something outside of me. If I just chalk it up to circumstance, to another person's misdeeds or misgivings, to timing. Because who wants to look at the ugliness someone or something or the universe extends towards us and not hold them responsible for it? To not blame the circumstance or the environment. And while that thought may provide some temporary comfort, to point the finger and blame another outside of yourself, what it doesn't do is leave you in a powerful position. It sounds even more dreadful to me as a thought to feel I am at the whim of something I cannot affect. And while you may not be able to physically change the dynamics of what is happening, giving away your accountability, your own part in it, your own inner energy that you carry, giving away the sometimes little to no control you have over what you are going through, takes away even the slight chance of agency you have in how you may react to it, and whether or not you allow the circumstance to disturb your inner peace. Because sometimes that's all the agency you have, all the accountability you can reasonably take, your own reaction, and how much you let it occupy your mental real estate. At the least, it is in your hands who and what lives inside of your being. And so, if they are not a good neighbor or a housemate, the disturbance you allow for that to cause to your inner peace only brings about more of that experience, because you have yet to learn the lesson. You have yet to figure out that it is your own disturbed peace, your own incessant nursing of the wound, that brings about more of the same experience. Because at the end of the day, my friends, we are all prisoners of our actions, not our circumstances. And if you want the dogs to stop barking, why are you in the same cage with them? Let yourself out and roam free. You are not a dog. I love you, family. Stay true always. I'll see you on the next show.